Hello everyone, welcome along to another video. John here. Now today I have all of the range of the fabulous pedal porn blues pedals. I have the Gypsy Vibe, the Texas Twang, and last but not least the pedal porn Fuzz. I've got so many pedals I can't hold them all. Anyway, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to play a lick and teach you a lick with each one of these pedals. So let's start with this guy, the Gypsy Vibe. Okay, so this lick, what we're doing here, we're starting with really an A minor chord, but what I do here is, I'm playing this A minor chord on the 5th fret, but I'm using my thumb. This is a bit of a funny grip, isn't it? But it allows you to do these kind of Hendrix, these hammer-ons. So I'm sliding in with my thumb. Then I just play the chord. So you might have to get used to that. You can do that. Then we have this. So what we're doing here is a little rake. This is a reverse rake. So this is 5 here on the A string. And what we're going to do is we're going to play this note, but with that reverse rake. And the way you do that is you're blocking those notes, those strings, the E, B, G, and D, but not the A string. And then you're going to rake up and hammer onto the 7th fret. And then after that, you're going to do a little double stop. This is 5 on the D, 5 on the G. You play those together. Come back to 7 here on the A string. All right. So far we've got this. All right. Okay. Next phrase, we've got this little bit. So I've just played from the last little bit there. Now what we're doing here is this double stop again on 5 on the D, 5 on the G, but you're going to hammer on 2 times to that 7th fret of the D string. And then the last time you're going to do it again, 5 on the D, 5 on the G, but hammer on and put off. So you've still got those double notes ringing. And then you do that hammer on 5, 7, 5. And then finish on this 7 here on the A. So far we have this. So this last phrase we're going to do here is, and what we're doing here is we've kind of moved up now to the A string and the D string. So we're doing that double stop, and then you're going to hammer onto the 7 of the A this time. Do that 2 times. And then back to the 5 again, and 5 on the D. Come to that 7 there on the low E, and then finish back on the chord again with your thumb. So we have. So next pedal we're going to have a look at is this guy, which is the fuzz pedal. Now, if you've watched the interview I did with Chris, and I'll put a link up here if you want to watch this, you'll know that what you can do with the fuzz is get these really fat fuzz tones, obviously, but also if you roll back the volume on your guitar, you can get these great Stevie Ray Vaughan clean, glassy tones. So I'm going to do a lick with the fuzz, and I'm also going to do a lick with the glassy tone with the volume rolled off, so you'll be able to hear how they go. Alright, so this thing, the first thing I'm doing is this. Now this is really where you're just sliding from anywhere on the low E string and playing an E power chord, that first finger on the 2nd fret of the A. And then I do this. This sounds good with the fuzz. This is a Jimi Hendrix technique really, where you're bending up this 15 on the B, and at the same time you're going to catch, as you bend up, this 15th fret on the G. Sounds like this. And then once you catch that note, you pick the G string and you get this nasty kind of sound, you know. Sounds great with the fuzz, as I say, but anyway, it's a bit tricky to do that because you've got to bend up and then kind of grab that G string. Then I'm going to do this. This is 12, 14, 12. And then I'm going to do a big bend to not the 15th, not the 17th, but the 19th fret. This is the D note here. We're an E pentatonic, so I'm thinking of that D note. So we're going from here, there. So I'm really bending that quite a lot and quite slow. So at the end we have this. This is 12 to 14, back to 12 again. 12 on the B, and a little curl on that 12 on the G, and then finish on 14 on the D, which is the E. All right, so far we've got this. And what I do at the end, just hit that open E power chord again, and then the B and the E strings, which sound kind of gives it that bluesy Hendrixy sound, doesn't it? So here we go, one more for luck. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at another lick with the fuzz, but this time, as Chris suggested, I'm going to turn the volume down to 6, and then we're going to have a lick that goes like this. That seems a bit crazy, doesn't it? But don't worry, we'll take it slow, and I promise you'll get this one. First thing I'm doing is I'm just playing an E chord. Maybe let that ring for 4 beats. Then I have this lick. So now this lick, let's break it down slowly. So we're playing 5 on the B string to 3 on the high E. Then 5 on the high E. Then we're going to do a little hammer on and pull off. 5, hammer on to 6. Pull off to 5, pull off to 3 on the high E. So far we've got this. Alright, then we're going to have this. This is 5 on the B, 3 on the high E, back to 5 on the B, to 3 on the B. You're picking those by the... That last note where you pull off 3 to the open B is a pull off. So what you want to do is just practice this a little bit. Alright, and that after a while just becomes like a reflex action, like muscle memory really. Alright, next phrase is this. That seems innocent enough, isn't it? That's just open high E, pull off 3 on the B to open B. So if you put those phrases together, that's the bit you want to practice. And after a while, you just become, you know, naturally good at it through practice, strangely enough. Okay, now we're going to have this. This is 4, slide into 4 on the G here, 3 on the B, open E. Let it drone together, you hear that lick a lot, don't you? Then we're going to have this. So what we're doing here, let me give you the notes first and then I'll tell you about the special effects. We're going to go 2, hammer on to 3 on the G, pull off to 2, pull off to open G. 2 on the D, 2 on the G, back to 2 on the D. So far we've got this. And then we're going to have this. This is kind of like where you're playing the minor into a major. So open G, first fret, hammer on the G, pull off again. And then pull off 2 on the D to the open D. Alright, so. Now, what we're doing just before we do that, we're doing this kind of special effect, this rake, where you're really picking from anywhere into that hammer on and pull off. And again, just do that on its own while you're watching the TV. So let's play it up to that part. And then the last bit goes like this. This bit, you're going to start with the open A, and then what you're going to do is slide from 1 to 2 on the A string, and then with my finger here, my third finger, I play that D, that open D string. And then we're going to do a blues scale thing. This is where you're playing the open A. Hammer onto the first fret of the A, pull off to open A. Bend that 3 here on the G. Open E. And then I finish with this E7 chord, which is 2 on the D string, 4 on the G, 3 on the B, 4 there on the high E. So if we put all of that together, we have this. All right, so there we go. Let's do it a little bit faster for luck. So what lick would be complete if we didn't put the Gypsy Vibe and the fuzz pedal together? Let's have a lick with that. I've just turned down a tad the fuzz because it's so fuzzy it was getting crazy. So let's hear this lick. So this one is just an E chord at the beginning. We're doing this. Trying to let the chord ring out for a little bit there when I'm playing that. And then this is a simple lick. I'm just going up to the 7th fret and I'm playing the 7th fret and the 5th fret on the A, back to the 7 on the low E. So we have... And the only thing I really do there is I do this rake again. And that gives it a bit of oomph on that, you know, that string there on the 7th fret. So we have this. Then I'm going to go back to that 5th fret on the A string. And then I'm just going down the blues scale. This is 7 here, 6, 5 on the low E. And now what I do is something slightly different here. Normally in E you do this. You're going to bend that minor third, that G, to a major third, G sharp. But what you can do is a little trick here to make it sound a bit more nasty. Instead of, you can go, I bend the one below it, the F sharp, into the G, giving it like making it like a minor sound really. That F sharp, you know, makes it quite interesting, doesn't it? So. And then finish on the E at the end. So let me play that once more for luck. Here we go. All right, Texas Twang is next. This is a pedal which gives you this really glassy Stevie Ray Vaughan type tone, kind of a fat tube sound. So let's have a listen to a lick with this one. So what we're doing with this one is a lick in E minor pentatonic. So this is 12 on the B, 12 on the high E, back to 12 on the B. Then you're going to bend up this 15th fret on the high E. And then you're going to let it down and then bend it up again. But what you can do, see if you can grab the B string. This is a little bit tricky. As you bend up that 15 on the high E again, you kind of grab the B string with the underside of your third finger there. And you get that nasty kind of train effect. This is the next bit. What you're doing here is, this is 12 on the high E, then you're going to bend up this 15th fret on the B. You're bending that, by the way, to that same note. Then back to 12 on the high E, and then bend up that 15 on the high E slightly sharp. Back to 12 on the high E. And then you bend that 15 up again. But you kind of don't let it down, and you don't finish it, you just slide up when you're on the top. Let me do that slowly. Sounds a bit mad slow, doesn't it? Let's try it at speed. There we are. Hope you enjoyed those licks. Some great pedals there. If you like the blues or, you know, any genre of music, really, you can use these pedals. Really love that Gypsy Vibe. Sounds fantastic. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, and as I say, if you haven't seen the interview I did with Chris from Pedal Porn, you can watch it up here. Okay, see you soon. See you in the next video.